Hi, my name's Colin Campbell. Welcome to the Campbell Clinic. Let me show you around. We opened the new Campbell Clinic in Campbell Academy in February 2020. We designed it from a blank piece of paper. We had a field that we could work from and we could build anything we wanted, and I'd just like to show you what we've got. This is the reception area at the clinic. We designed it with a galleried entrance to let as much light in as we can. We're south facing so that we can take the sun, some beautiful sunsets around here. And I'll take you this way just to show you our bespoke reception desk. We've had this all constructed really carefully, designed in mind. We've got no telephony on reception, and we have a soundproof glass wall with telephony off reception and all our admin tasks there or with people at home. What I want to show you here is some of the artwork, some photography that was commissioned from my friend Stuart, who produced all the photography around the practice. So here we have an aerial view of the site itself. This is where we are now. We are here right now. The site started with 2 derelict houses. One was burnt out, and we managed to acquire the whole site. We had to build 3 commercial buildings on this site for about 20,000 square feet to allow us to have the site itself. So the project became this massive commercial property project that we never had in mind to allow us to have the home that we now have. Over here, you can see that the reception extends towards another glass wall. Toilets are behind the glass wall here, and then the clinical areas up to this direction and this direction. And then down here, I'd just like to show you some of the special features of the clinic, and particularly down here, the treatment coordination rooms. As we walk down in this direction, you'll see more of the artwork from Stuart. That's the steel frame of the building that we're now in. We have 2 separate treatment coordination rooms in here, which are massively IT linked, massively teched up. We can have anything in here that we need to have. We can use these as multifunctional rooms for the team to work in, but also to introduce patients to the clinic and to have clinical conversations. And I just want to show you one of the really special features of the clinic through here that you'll see throughout it. So when we bring patients into these rooms, we're able to use our opaqueable glass to tell people that it's private. And the rooms are soundproof and private, so they can be used for lots of different things. And going into the future, we'll be able to use them more and more. I'll take you this way now, just to walk back through reception if I can. Back through the patient toilets. We'll talk more about these upstairs. And then through to the treatment area of the clinic, which runs in a long corridor in this direction and a long corridor behind, which I'll show you the features of later. Firstly, though, down to this area with treatment room 1, 2, and 3, but we have our imaging room. One of the main features of our clinic and of our business for the past 5 years has been our digital expansion. And in here, you can see some of the trappings of the digital expansion. We work really closely with Planmeca. We love working with Planmeca, and this machine is an extraordinary piece of equipment. It's our 3rd CT scanner in the past 11 years. You can also see one of our 3 shapes here. We have 3 of these in the clinic. And so this is one of the sort of centres of imaging of the patient for the work that we do, for 3-shape imaging of the patients. And it's a real massive important part of the work that we do. Really pleased with the setup we have here. So in this direction now I can show you some of the treatment rooms. We can go back down the corridor here. More artwork, that's another picture of the frame of the building, and another horrible picture of me. and then I can take you into one of the treatment rooms and we can show you some of the features and the facilities of the treatment rooms that we have. So this is TR3. This is one of our standard treatment rooms. We have 5 of these rooms along the back corridor. They're all interchangeable and all the same. We don't have people's pictures of their family in treatment rooms. We're able to jump room on an hour-by-hour or day-by-day basis, depending upon what we're doing. And all of the features in this room are the same as the features in every other room. One of the most important things to think about here is the direction of the dental chair. It's the wrong way. So the patient is not sat staring at the room. It's also a leg breaker chair, which creates a lot of space in the room. And then this takes us to the glass wall, which we call the nurse's door, which allows all the clinical transit in and out of the room to be in this direction and not in reception. It just retains this wonderful feel in reception of calm, There's no rushing around in reception, there's no clinicians walking through reception, and then we're able to come in this direction to show you the other side of the practice. If you want to walk through this door here, I'm going to show you a really important feature of the practice. So this is what we call the nurses' corridor. This is treatment room 2 and treatment room 1. Everything working today. Some more artwork from Stuart. If you can look in that direction, all the way down there, you'll see that this corridor runs in tandem to the patient corridor all the way down. It means that the clinical team can work here all the time, running back and forwards, instrumentation, materials, up and down stairs for breaks. It's never seen at all. It's all quiet on the front and all the activities on the back. We can then pass through from this side of the building, treatment rooms 1, 2 and 3, to treatment rooms 4, 5 and 6. Here we have the entry to the academy space and the staff entry, which you'll see later. And we have the security control pads, which are a feature of the building, both on the outside and the inside, to make sure everybody's safe and sound. The first thing you notice on this side of the building is decon. We have an Emily in decon. Say hello, Emily. That's our clean decon. All instrument storage is in here. That's the hub of the instrumentation of the clinic. On this side, we have the dirty decon where the contaminated instruments come to. Everything's cleaned here and passed through, as you would expect in a practice like this. We have treatment room 4, exactly the same as 1, 2 and 3, and treatment room 5 is the same again. That then allows us to go round the corner to the only treatment room in the clinic which is different, which is TR6. TR6 is a larger multifunctional treatment room which gives us the opportunity to do all sorts of cool things. It's obviously a brilliant clinical space. It's totally multifunctional. We have pull-out cabinetry in here. We can shape it however we want. All the treatment rooms have 3 pull-out drawers at the back to allow 4-handed dentistry to the highest possible standard, and we have small bracket tables on the front and 4-handed dentistry tables at the back. We have the Planmeca compact chairs, which are leg breakers, and this chair has memory foam in it, which is extraordinarily comfortable. And one of the amazing things is that this has been one of the biggest things that's been commented on by the patients. Isn't it amazing what patients see? More artwork on the walls. This is the academy space upstairs as it was being built. And so that's important because on the roof here, we have 2 Sony HD cameras and 1 in treatment room 5. These cameras can magnify the full stop on a piece of paper to the size of an academy screen. And so we can see lower jaw from the head end, upper jaw from the foot end. We can record this, stream it. We can live surgery to the academy upstairs. We can stop, start it and review it. The ceiling-mounted microphone allows us to talk back and forwards upstairs so we can commentate live and answer questions in real time to the people who come on the courses to see the live surgery. So this is just a phenomenal teaching environment. When I introduced the practice in January, I talked about trying to control my clinical environment. It's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do the dentistry in the place where I wanted to do it. And this room kind of personifies that philosophy. It's what we wanted to have. And let me show you TCO3, the third treatment coordination room that we have, which is a multifunctional room which allows us to meet patients before surgery, give them instructions after surgery, pre-sedation, reception discussions, all sorts of stuff, all linked to the network, all linked to everything we need. And then this way takes us back to the start because it's a circular pathway all the way around the clinic. And it takes us back to the reception area here and then through. And so if we follow back through here, back through the reception area, I'm going to take you upstairs to the academy and admin space that we have upstairs, which is, again, quite a special feature. So we are security controlled, so patients don't go in the wrong direction, and then we can walk back upstairs here. 2-story lift, dedicated to my father-in-law. He donated to me, loaned me the money to buy my first implant kit in 1997 when no one else believed in me, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Upstairs is the academy, but it's also the team and admin hub of the practice, because with 40 team members, we need to have a little bit of space. Above reception, we have an open gallery area, and so we can work here in sort of like a coffee shop environment. We can work creatively here, we can do different things, we can have meetings. There's my office here, which sits at the top of the stairs and overlooks reception. And then this way is through to where our staff facilities and our admin facilities are for running the practice for the whole team. So this is the main administrative part of the practice, which is a sort of modern hot desking facility. So people work off laptops generally. Some people work from home and come in at different times, and we have I'd say 40 members of the team in total. And so this area can be moved around and can be repurposed for all sorts of different purposes. Over here we have a meeting room, a boardroom, which again is tied in with all the IT. We can teach to this room. We can have meetings in this room, we can have Zoom meetings in this room, so it allows us to manage the practice in a really sort of modern way. Here we have Hayley's office. Hayley runs the show, she's the MD of the business, and so she has an office here, just a separate working space. And then next door to her we have the digital lab. So we have a digital laboratory set up here which allows us to do all sorts of digital work. And you'll watch the light going on as we come in. So this is our lab setup here. It's developing all the time. In fact, we've got a brand new printer to unpack down here from Straumann. We have our CEREC milling machine in here. We have 2 more milling machines coming and another printer coming. We have enough and working Straumann printer here, and then standard sort of lab equipment, steam cleaners, sandblasters, curing machines. We have a Sirona 5-axis milling machine here. We have our CEREC machine that lives upstairs because it's not being used today. And then on this side of the lab, this is our digital planning station. So we have 2 lab scanners here for digitalising models. And then really here we have, this is where we surgically plan all our implant cases and then design and print our guides. We have an old-fashioned 3-shape here actually, which is a little bit of a museum artefact now because they've moved on quite a lot since then. And then as I take you out here, I'll just show you the rest of the space upstairs. So this is one of my favourite parts of the whole practice because I'm a cyclist and I like to ride to work if I can and ride my bike when I can. I wanted to set up the ability to do that seamlessly in the practice, and I wanted to encourage the guys who work here to be able to do similar sorts of things. So we have 2 of these rooms, which are locker rooms and wet rooms. So here we have obviously just the shower facility, which has become more and more relevant, and then we have a series of heated lockers, so you can dry your wet bike here, you can run to work, you can do whatever it is you'd like to do, you can exercise while you're at work, and people do all of these things. So this is a really cool sort of feature that we were really keen to build in. The last thing upstairs I want to show you is the staff space. So we built a mezzanine, designed it into the building. Instead of having a wide open admin space, and we put the mezzanine staff space up here, which over time now will develop into being this incredible staff space, and we have tons and tons of plans of the things we're going to do up here. We just wanted to give the guys the best space they could have for relaxing, for eating, for just chilling out during the day and after work. And so we're really pleased with how this has turned out. It will just grow into being some incredible space, and because the staff work so hard and the team are so good that we just need to continue to keep trying to make it better for them where they are. If you follow me downstairs now, we'll go back downstairs and towards the academy space. As it grows up over time, the building, more stuff will go on the walls here, more stuff will go on the walls towards us here. So we've now got the space to sort of use the space to let our imagination go wild. And so we've got years ahead of us to come to build this into the thing we want it to be. So when we opened it, it wasn't finished, it was just started. We go back across the gallery area at the front of the building, past my office. On the left-hand side here, we have a research wall. We have a clinical research department here. Some of the papers that we produced are on the wall. Some of the work that we've done, that wall will get bigger and bigger over time. On the right, we have some of the speakers in the clinic. But one of the things I wanted to show you was the toilets, which seems a little bit ridiculous, but toilets define everything. And one of the big fighting aspects of the build project was the air blade taps. So air blade taps are wash and dry taps. I'm sure you've seen them. They're from Dyson, they're brilliant. But we weren't allowed to put these in disabled toilets. So an almighty fight started about trying to put the Dyson air blade taps into all the toilets, 2 downstairs and 3 upstairs, which we dug our heels in one. And it kind of epitomised the whole project of the sort of detail we wanted to be involved in, and we wanted it to be the way we wanted it to be. And so it became a little bit of a flag in the sand. So these are the 3 toilets upstairs for the academy side, and then I'm going to take you here into the academy itself, into the teaching facility. And this is the teaching facility here. So there's lots to talk about here. What we wanted to do when we set the teaching facility up is we wanted to learn from all the places all of us had ever been before. When we turn up to do a lecture and the audiovisual isn't right, or the lighting isn't right, or we can't see the screen, or the IT isn't right, or the Wi-Fi isn't right, and we tried to make this the best environment we could for teaching. This room divides into 2. It projects 2 ways, so we can teach 2 different groups at once, and the dividing wall is acoustically sound. On the back part of the room here, you have an art display from Rachel Jackson, who's a final year dental student who's doing dental art and is a genius. And in this area here, we're building what's called an inspiration wall, where we have inspirational quotes and inspirational frames, which just help to sort of lift our spirits in a teaching environment. In normal times in here, we can put 63 people, theatre style. We can put 16, 18, 20 people, table style. But I want to just show you some of the teaching features in here, because we have the ability to turn on and off the teaching, the audiovisual stuff. So the screen drops, we can change the settings, we can change the lighting from here, and we can open and close the blinds. When you're projecting and teaching in a clinical environment, you need to make it dark quickly and make it light quickly, depending upon what you're doing. And we knew that from the outset, so we can control everything from the front. Also though, from the front here, from the Starship Enterprise, we can see both the teaching rooms, we can record both the teaching rooms, we can talk back and forward to the surgeon as they're working, we can review it on screen with the delegates that are here, and then we can package it up and give them a video of what they've seen. So the facility to teach in here is just perfect. It's just like the best place I've ever been. But it should be like that because we had a blank piece of paper in order to do it. Let me pop the blinds back up. So that was just a real whistle-stop tour of the Campbell Clinic and the Campbell Academy, and I hope that you liked it, and I hope that it made you want to come and see it, because what we're about is collaboration and working with different people. 2 years ago when we set this project up, we tried to set it up as a 100-year project. We are not here for tomorrow, we're here for 20, 30, 40 years from tomorrow. And we're trying our best to build things in the long term. And that's not easy, it's really difficult. And it's really difficult when everyone else around us seems to be trying to do things really quickly. But that's our job, that's our mission, that's what we're trying to do, and what the 40 people in the clinic and the more to come are trying to do. So we haven't finished, we've just started, and we'd like you to join us on the journey. So if there's anything we can do, get in touch, we'd love to see you. Thanks for coming.